General Bantag itinuturing na mastermind sa PERCY LAPID case. Lunes, 7 ng Nobyembre, dumating sa tanggapan ng DOJ ang NBI at PNP para sampahan ng kaso ang mga nasa likod at sospek sa pagkapaslang ng mamamahayag na si PERCY LAPID at ng sinasabing middleman sa pamamaslang na si June Villamor na isang inmate sa New Bilibid Prison. Ang lumabas na mastermind sa investigasyon ng PNP at NBI ay si suspendidong Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag at si Bucor Official Ricardo Zulveta. Pareho silang kinasuhan ng murder ngayong araw dahil sa pagkapaslang ni Lapid at Villamor. Ayon sa investigasyon ng autoridad, mayroon silang direktang komunikasyon sa mga person deprived of liberty para isakatuparan ang pamamaslang na nagbigay daan para kontrahin si Joel Escorial. Si Joel Escorial ay sumuko noong October 17 dahil sa takot matapos magbigay ng milyon-milyong reward money ang mga otoridad para siya ay mahanap. Lumabas na umano'y motibo sa pamamaslang kay Lapid ay expose nito laban kay Bantag. Pinagbasehan ng kaso laban kay Bantag at kay Zulveta ay ang mga testimonya ng mga PDL sa loob ng Bucor. Wala pang pisikal na ebidensya na magtuturo na si Bantag nga ang mastermind sa mga nangyari. Sinabi naman ni Sec. Remulla na may karapatan si Bantag na ipagtanggol ang kanyang sarili. Umapila naman si Remulla kay Bantag na sumuko na rin ito sa mga otoridad. Pero inamin ng kalihim na ikinalungkot niya na nadidiin sa kaso si Bantag.
The principle that we adopted here in charging the mastermind is the totality of all the facts given to us by all the witnesses and all the circumstances attendant to the killing. So it's a totality test. It is not for us to point out a direct link, but the totality of all the acts points out to the participation of and responsibility of those charged. No subpoena was issued. That will come because the case was filed already. That will be with the fiscal because they have their rights to counsel and they may answer there.
Pero ba't hindi sila binigyan ng pagkakataon?
Hindi naman kailangan kasi pinag-aralan niya ng gusto, tinanong lahat ng testigo. And you know, this is an exceptional case. All of these, none of these people would have talked if General Bantag remained as the head of the Bucor. The fear of General Bantag is just tremendous and unbelievable from the eyes of these PDLs. So that we chose maybe that we can say that we thought it best in conducting the investigation that we let General Bantag answer his charges formally with the fiscal's office. Well, I only have one answer to what you said. No, it's the totality of all the statements. I think that we have to stick to that because it is the truth. It is the totality of everything.
Apart, sorry sir, medyo makulit na talaga ako. Yung apart from the totality, yeah, we heard that. You know, yung statement.
And I'm going to repeat it again. It's the totality.
Just that.
Totality, yes.
Just
yes,
that.
yes.
Oh, no other physical evidence na. Just
Well, there are still things that we have to ask. We're 95% closed, but there's 5% that we want to find out about this.
Thank you so much.
Next.
And congratulations.
Yes, Jairo.
Kay, good morning. Jairo Bulyedo from Rappler. I only have one question because natanong na po yung sa higher up. General Bantag already said na hindi siya magpapakulong. Meron pa siyang non-verbatim po na word na parang magkamatayan na lang daw po ng gobyernong ito. Ano po yung mga measures na gagawin natin aside from the HTO para ma-ensure natin na magiging accountable si Director General Bantag for this crime, alleged crime? Thank you.
We will furnish him documents that he can defend himself with, so that he can be informed of all the charges against him and all the testimonies against him, so he can answer intelligibly. We will give him due process. He will have the right to counsel, as all people are entitled to the right to counsel. Besides that, all of these words are not within our grasp. Kami ho rito, law enforcement po ang iniisip namin. Hindi ho kami nag-iisip ng iba. Pinapatupad lang po namin ang batas. Wala ho kami ibang motibo rito.
Kung ano pong mangyari na sa proseso, alam naman natin, may proseso po ito. May karapatan ng isa para sagutin ang bintang sa kanya. Kung ano ang maging desisyon, kailangan ipapatupad po namin ito.
We have charged Director General Gerald Kitaleg Bantag, DSO Ricardo Soriano Zulueta as principals by inducement. PDLs Denver Batumbakal Mayores, Alvin Cornista Labra, Alvin Micosa Galicia, and Alfie Peña Redonda are likewise charged as principals by indispensable cooperation for the murder of Percy Lapid. Second, for murder of Cristito Villamor Palanya, alias June Villamor E. Globa, or Crisanto Villamor, nickname Edoy, we have charged Director General Gerald Kitaleg Bantag and DSO Ricardo Soriano Zulueta as principals by inducement. PDLs Alvin Cornista Labra, Alvin Micosa Galicia, Mario Hermones Alvarez, and Joseph Medel Jorfo are charged as principals by indispensable cooperation. PDLs Christian Dizon Ramak, Ricky Lamigo Salgado, Ronnie Pabustan de la Cruz, and Joel Alog Reyes are charged as principals by direct participation. It was found through the investigation that, that both Director General Gerald Bantag and DSO Ricardo Zulueta were behind the killing of both Percy Lapid and June Villamor. The sworn statements of the PDL show a clear and direct line of communication from Director General and DSO Zulueta to Denver Mayores, who communicate with Alvin Labra, who then coordinated with Alvin Galicia, who then orchestrated and executed the killing of Percy Lapid through his gang members and his gang members' contacts on the outside, ultimately ending with gunman Joel Escorial and his group. With respect to June Villamor, the same sworn statements of the PDLs show a similar from the Director General and DSO Ricardo Zulueta to Denver Mayores, who communicated with Alvin Labra and then coordinated the same with Alvin Galicia, who then orchestrated and executed the killing of June Villamor through his gang members. This time, June Villamor was suffocated to death by a plastic bag and held by his own gang members. This unique circumstance shows that the order came from a high official of the Bucor. One usually seeks refuge and protection from his own gang members. The fact that they killed one of their own means and indicates that there were instructions from the top and the gang simply had no choice but to execute. Director General Bantag had a clear motive to effect the murders. For Percy Lapid, it was continued expose by the latter of the issues against the former on his show, Lapid Fire. This is evident from the video sent by DSO Zulueta to Denver Mayores, which was later forwarded to both Alvin Labra and Aldrin Galicia. For June Villamor, it was the attempt to cover up the murder of Percy Lapid. We have initial yet credible intelligence reports that indicate that the money trails described by the PDLs match the bank activity of those charged. The self-confessed gunman stated that the reward for the murder of Percy Lapid was 550,000 pesos. According to the credible intelligence reports, within the period of September 15, 2022 and October 7, 2022, there were indeed cash deposits totaling the amount of 550,000 pesos. In sum, all the statements given by the PDLs and gunman Joel Escorial, coupled with evidence, corroborate as to the material facts needed to prove the 2 counts of murder. All departments and agencies involved in this case extend their heartfelt condolences to the families of the victims in these 2 cases. No amount of cases filed will bring their loved ones back to this world. However, the unfortunate deaths of both Percy Lapid and June Villamor will not go in vain. The investigation has brought to light the institutionalization of a criminal organization within the government. This will be the cause of many reforms in government and the strengthening of current mechanisms to ensure that nothing of this nature will ever happen again. This concerted and coordinated effort of both the DOJ and the DILG is a war against impunity and the continuous and gross disregard of the rule of law. Thank you.
Hold the partial order against
They will be issued, now they will be issued subpoenas at their last known addresses because we understand that the Solweta has been in hiding already. He skipped town 4 or 5 days ago. And General Bantag, we expect to give it to him at the Bucor and his last known address in Caloocan City.
Possible hold departure order, sir.
Pardon?
Hold departure order po. HDO.
Ano ba yung... Well, it's what you call a lookout order. If somebody wants to leave the country, it's a lookout order that we issue. And I think that's the way that the law is enforced in our country.
Next person,
Thank you.
to the left.
Cecil Morelia, sir, of the French News Agency. You portrayed Mr. Bantag's group as a criminal organization. Could you tell us what other crimes did they commit? And I'm particularly interested in whether they had any role in the killing of the PDLs who testified against former Senator De Lima.
Well, I will not go to the case of Senator De Lima here. With the criminal organization, I would say that the beer that was found, that was surrendered by the people, the drugs, the computers, the telephones, the weapons inside Bilibid, is a very, very strong indication of the presence of a criminal organization. With a centralized purchasing system, a centralized way of doing contraband selling and contraband work within a prison system. I think that itself would tell you that there is a criminal organization lurking within.
My follow-up, sir. How long has this criminal organization existed? And how many people have been killed by this group?
That's what we are accounting for now. In fact, one of the things that surprised the investigators in this case was the fact that when they went to Eastern Funeral Homes for the autopsy, the first autopsy conducted by the NBI, they were surprised to see more than 30 corpses inside the funeral home. This is now being studied by the police. And we want to know how all of these people died, the cause of death, and the circumstances surrounding their death. But the presence of the criminal organization, we cannot tell now. We will study it, and maybe we can know how long this has been going on. But definitely, there has been criminal activity going on inside the National Bilibid Prison.
Next. At the back.
Nandiyan po ang NBI at PNP para ipatupad ang magiging desisyon po dito sa kaso.
Next.
Hi, sirs. Linawin lang po namin yung motibo sa pagpatay kay Percy Lapid. Kung ano po yung, kumbaga, malinaw na motibo doon po sa pagbabanat po niya.
Ang unang sinabi na namin, nung unang simula pa lang, nung inuutos pa lang, pinadala na yung video ito sila sa mga.
And sir, yung mga inmates po, yung sa mga dating kaso, I know na natanong na kanina, pero not specific sa kaso naman ni Secretary De Lima, pero meron bang mga nabanggit, for example, na previous cases involving Bantag and Zulueta in connection with deaths dun sa iba pang mga prisoners doon?
Yan po ay susuriin din namin tuloy kasi nga marami akong tanong na lumabas. Kasi marami akong nagsasalita ngayon na hindi nagsasalita natin. Marami akong informasyon na pumapasok habang tayo po natin ito. Hindi mo na uubos ang informasyon na pumapasok sa amin kung gusto na nangyayari sa loob po natin.
Next.
Yes, good morning. I'm Donna Pasibugan from Incorporator. So, talking about due process. So, how does the presence of the DOJ, no less than the Secretary, how will it affect the process now, considering that it will still undergo preliminary investigation? Does this mean that this will automatically be filed in court? Charges filed in court?
This will be evaluated by the prosecutors. I do not matter to the word of the prosecutor. probably more important is the fact that you need to vote. Remember, the points should be amongst these. The prosecutor's job is to executive function and not judicial. Meron kasi iniisip natin isa na ang PI is like a judicial process, not an executive process. That has to be done and discussed.
Wala itong sir, wala itong deviation from the normal process where the investigate.
Talaga yun, pagka tingnan dito, diretso na sa content. I only directed an investigation just to ensure that the Bureau and the FBI were in close contact and the police were in close contact. That is the role that we play dito. It's a leadership role that we play as secretaries of the Secretary of Justice. Sigurado natin maagad po lahat na makinagay ng gobyerno for public interest.
Okay, we'll be entertaining two more representatives of the media. First, yes, sir. Yes, Mike, please.
Sir, Benjamin Pultapov sa Philippine News Agency. Sir, tatluin ko na yung tanong. First question is, would you like to reply to the insinuations made by General Bantag that efforts were made to oust him as early as August this year? Tapos, second question ko, sir, yung seemingly contradicting autopsy reports, will they both be included in the investigation or will one be excluded in the... Yes, sir.
Di namin ito distinguish dito.
Yes, sir. Yung conflict lang, sir.
Kasi yung autopsy report, basta without the knowledge of the information and without the affidavit of the persons who know about how Villamar was killed. NBI came in time when they did the first autopsy. The second autopsy was guided already. They gave all the information available already because this was done a week after the NBI. So when Dr. Fortune conducted her autopsy, she already knew about the line of declaration. She already knew about the affidavit of the persons who were there when the killing happened, the killing of the So there's no conflict.
Sir, yung first question ko ulit ay yung Mr. Bantag is claiming persecution. Tapos yung third question ko, sir, yung biglang nag-ano. Sige, sir, yung first question na lang muna, nakalimutan ko.
I don't think that's within our realm. Kasi persecution is not the game of the DOJ. They are here to seek justice. I don't think that somebody who is the Director General of the Bureau can be persecuted. It's one of the things that has happened. And if you look at it, he will probably be the highest official that is not ever charged with a case of this gun. It just has to happen. Hindi tayo nangyayari dito, wala tayo sinisira.
Last question.
Sir, sa DCRS po si Boy Gonzales, paano natin mapipigilan lumabas ng bansa kung lookout bulletin lamang kung wala tayong hold departure order? At isa pa po,
May kumahatag na ako sa mga politik pa ng
magkakaroon po ba ng panel para mapabilis ang investigasyon ng DOJ?
Depende na po yan sa mga prosecutors if they find it necessary. May-interpret nila lahat ng ebidensya. Maybe they can create, we can create a plan para mapabilis ito process.
Okay.
So, again, I'm pleading to Solweta to just surrender right now. Just like the gunman who surrendered, napag-isipan niya na in danger ang buhay niya. And I'm
Para naman sa inyo, ano naman ang masasabi nyo tungkol dito? Magkomento lamang sa baba at huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe para updated ka sa mga maiinit na balita sa Pilipinas. Maraming salamat sa panonood.